Alrighty. Oh, forgot to wet my beauty sponge. One day I'll sit down and actually film. Alright, crisis averted. Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I just wanted to sit down and film a look. Got a little bit of a different setup. I'm kind of excited about it. I don't know. There's some lights up there, so hopefully it looks a little better. And tried some new things with lighting, so I'm really excited to film this video and just test some new stuff out. I got the new Morphe Jeffree Star Artistry palette for Christmas. My mother-in-law bought it for me, and I am just so excited to try this out. I've seen it everywhere, and I'm excited to have a new eyeshadow palette. Like, I don't really buy myself too many eyeshadow palettes just because I feel like they last me forever, so I'm really excited to have something new to try out. I'm going to be doing a look for New Year's Eve, so we are doing super glam, super smoked, super glittery, which I'm really excited about. So yeah, if you guys want to see what look I put together, just hang out with me while I get ready, then just keep watching. First things first, my hair needs to go up. Okay, I need to moisturize my skin before anything because it is feeling super dry. I'm just going in with the Touch in Sol Glassy Skin Balm. I got this in my BoxyCharm a month or so ago, a couple months ago, and I really like it, so I usually use it as a moisturizer, keep it on my beauty space. Okay, so next, okay, so for primer, I'm not really going to use a whole lot just because I did just put a moisturizer on. I feel like using a moisturizer is a really good primer, but I am going to use the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, just in the areas where I mainly have like enlarged pores, which is going to be around my T-zone and whatnot, so I'm just going to put a little bit right on that area. This mirror is pretty good. My husband always makes fun of me because I always make comments about mirrors on palettes, but it's like I feel like if you're going to put a mirror on a palette, it's got to be good quality, you know? Okay, so next I'm going to go in and conceal and set my eyelids. I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. Just a little bit each dot on the eyelid. It goes a very long way. And then to set my eyes, I'm just using the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. Okay, so to start things off, I'm going to be going in with the shade Lynn and dusting it all over my lid space just to give it a nice base. Okay, so I am noticing that there's not really much of a transition shade here. They're either really pink, really orange, or just dark colors. So what I'm going to do is take Lynn and 1985 and kind of mix those two together to give it kind of like a softer, hopefully transition shade for my eyelid, and just put it right in the crease. I'm just going to dust this on the back of my hand real quick just to kind of soften it up. Not bad. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with the shade Hi Dude with the same fluffy blending brush. I'm just going to put it on the outer V right here and buff it up into my crease. Okay, there's some color, And then just buff that out and make it super blown out and just seamless. I kind of want to soften it up on the outer edges just because I'm going to be going in with a darker color right in the corner and crease, and I think I want to do like a smoked out wing, so I just want to soften it because I don't want it to be like really much of like a brown. I kind of want to do more of like a charcoaly black. The shade is really pretty. It's got like a nice like purpley undertone almost. Really cool toned brown, which I like a lot. Alright, so far so good. Okay, so for the outer corner, I really want to smoke this out, so we're going to go with the shade Vroom Vroom, and I'm going to be using this dense, more packing brush, so to say, and just keeping it right on the outer corner and smoking it out. Just kind of dabbing it, really deepening this outer corner. Okay, so I did notice that when I took my fluffy blending brush and blended out the edges, it really diffused and kind of almost, I don't want to say disappeared, but I mean it definitely like buffed out and diffused really nicely, which I don't mind that it took away a little bit of the product because then I can build on it and just make it deeper and deeper, because if it's too pigmented and you can't blend it out and it's just all over the place, it really makes it hard to kind of like backtrack. So I don't mind that the shadow and the formula is doing this at all. I'm gonna bring it up into the crease, just kind of dabbing it, and then windshield wiper motions, and then kind of flicking it out onto the brow bone on the outer edges. This is a good trick to kind of disperse it without actually putting the product with the brush on it and kind of making the area too dense, if that makes sense at all. And this is how you achieve a black eye. Okay, so with an angled liner brush, I'm going to go in with the shade Fast Lane and put that right on my lash line, and then I think I'm going to smoke out into a wing, so we'll see where this goes. So right off the bat, this black shade is very, very pigmented. And now we're just gonna smudge out the lash line. Make this super smoky. This part definitely takes more time just because you kind of got to go back and forth and like smudge and blend and then kind of add more until you get the depth that you want. And it's going to look messy before it gets better, so trust me. Okay, so now I'm going to take a makeup wipe and clean up the edges because it's looking a little crazy right now. I don't know why I make that face whenever I'm doing it. It's like... You guys, I am pretty impressed right now with this eyeshadow. Okay guys, so now I'm going to take concealer and I'm actually going to cut out my crease just a little bit, not super harsh, and then we're going to pat it on with some shimmer and maybe some glitter shadow. And I know I already put the liner on my lash line and did a wing, but I can always pat back over that if anything gets covered, which it probably will. Okay, so now that I have the concealer on my lids and it's cleaned up a little bit, I'm going to go in with the shade Welcome. It's more of a shimmer shade, and we're going to put that right on my lid. I'm just using a flat packing brush. We're just going to lightly dab. Okay, I'm going to try my finger because there's really not that much payoff that's coming off with this shade. Okay, yeah, so I'm not so impressed with that shade, to be honest. Not a whole lot of pigment payoff. Even when I am using my finger, it definitely gets better payoff with my finger, but I feel like it's very, very sparse, but not for the look that I'm going for. So we're going to actually go in with Custom Rims. It's more of like a glittery shimmer shade. I'm going to top it on top of my lid. Ooh, you guys, do you see that? Okay guys, so I went ahead and finished my eyelids off camera. You can totally leave it like this and throw some lashes on and be good to go. I really want to put on some glitter and just make it pop a little bit more. So I'm going to be going in with the Tati Beauty Textured Neutrals palette. And for a glitter to pop on my lid, I'm going to be going in with Aura in the glitter shade and just kind of putting it right over where I have that metallic shade. And make sure that when you are using a glitter that you are super, super careful where you're putting it, just because it can get in your eye and that would not be good news. So just be very, very careful where your placement is. Ooh, I'll look like a walking disco ball. Okay, so I'm just going to clean up the outer edges and kind of blend the shadow into the glitter a little bit. And then I'm going to go back in with the Jeffree Star palette and just reline my lash line real quick just to darken it back up. And then I'm just going to smudge out that lash line one more time just because I want it more smoky than defined. Okay guys, so I'm going to go ahead and pop on some lashes and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I have my lashes on. I feel so much more put together, so we're going to move on to my face right now. I'm going to try something a little bit differently. I'm going to try putting my concealer on first and then topping my foundation over it. I know this is a method that Scott Barnes uses a lot, and so I'm going to try it. Don't know how it's going to turn out, so hopefully it'll all look all right. But I'm going to be going in with my e.l.f. Camo Concealer to conceal my eyes and then just blending it all out as if I usually would. This concealer is like, oh, it's crazy full coverage. I just want to bring a little bit more light to certain areas, and then the foundation, because it's a little bit darker. Okay, so now that I have my concealer on, I'm going to be going in with my foundation. This is going to be the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. This is in the shade this is in the shade Natural Ivory. I know sometimes this shade can come up a little bit yellow, but it's more of a neutrally undertone, so we'll see how this works. I'm going to start on my lower areas of my face and kind of work my way up. That's kind of how he was doing it. He was using a brush too, but I don't have a good brush that I like to use for foundation, so flipped it over onto the pointy side, just kind of going back and forth in the areas that I want more coverage. Working down my neck and just kind of blending the two, the foundation and concealer, together into one. Oh my gosh, my baby hairs are driving me crazy right now. Ooh. Okay, so now I'm going to do some cream contouring. I just picked this up from the drugstore. This is a L'Oreal Infallible Longwear Shaping Stick. This is technically a foundation, but I'm going to use it to cream contour. Hopefully this shade works all right. We'll see how this goes. Like, I feel like this whole look is just like an experiment. About right where the tip of my ear is, right here. You want to have like an invisible line that kind of connects down to your mouth, but I'm not going to bring it all the way down. I'm going to bring it maybe like halfway. Because your girl got a big old forehead. I'm just going to take my beauty blender because I don't have do I have a brush? I don't even know if this color is going to turn out okay. I have no idea how this is going to look on camera. This could look absolutely horrible, and that's okay, because if it turns out horrible, we'll just contour with powder. I really want to get it into the hollows of my cheekbones where you would actually have more of a shadow. So that's why I'm trying not to bring it up too high or too low. Just kind of bringing it down onto the sides like so. Under my jawline. I'm not really sure about how I feel about this. Okay, so I'm already starting to crease. I'm just bringing the loose powder down into the areas where I have more like crevices. Is that the right word? Okay, and then to set the areas where I had my contour, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me Pressed Powder as my contour shade. Really pressing it into the hollows of my cheeks, like I said, and kind of buffing it up. Oh, my hair is getting a little crazy. Let's calm down here. So I definitely like this method. I feel like it gives me more of like a natural, like, I don't know, I feel like I can shape my face better. It's not super like bright under my eye and then dark around my face. I really like it. The only thing is I definitely feel like I need to move quicker if I'm doing this, just because the e.l.f. Camo Concealer sets so fast. So I feel like there is a little patchiness and crepiness under my eye just for my own doing and not probably working quick enough. Okay, so we're going to hop on and go back to my under eyes and finish those. I'm just going to line my waterline with a black eyeliner. Any eyeliner will do, just line your waterline with something dark, and then we're going to smoke the bottom lash line out. Okay, so now that my eyeliner is on, I'm going to go in with Fast Lane, which is the black shade in the Morphe Jeffree Star palette, and I'm just going to stamp over my eyeliner basically, and then we're going to be smudging it out with the shade Vroom Vroom, which is more that charcoaly shade. Kind of connecting the wing to the lower lash line so it's seamless. And then I really want to connect the top lid with the bottom lash line, so I'm going to go in with that brown shade and just kind of smooth it all out and buff out the lower lash line. I'm going to be going in with the Ciate London Marbled Light Blush in the shade Halo. And when you're putting on blush, you kind of want to line it with your eye and bring it right down into the apples of your cheeks. So kind of smile and then just kind of work it up. And then just taking a powder brush, I just kind of want to buff right over the blush. and kind of blend it into my contour. And then going in with highlight, I'm going to actually use two highlighters. This is the Laura Geller, I think is it the Baked Gelato highlighter. This is in Peach Glow, and then I'm going to top it off with my tried and true e.l.f. highlighter. This is in the shade Moonlight. Okay guys, so I'm going to do my brows off camera and then I will be right back. Alright you guys, so I went ahead and finished my brows and I popped on a nude lip as well while I was off camera. I used the Maybelline Color Sensational lip pencil. This is in the shade Nude Whisper, as well as the lipstick 920 Nude Lust. And then I went ahead and topped it with a gloss from Iconic London in a nude shade as well, just to keep it all together, because I didn't want to do a bold lip just because I have such bold eyes right now, so I wanted to kind of balance the two. But yeah, this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me while I put together this sparkly, smoky New Year's Eve look. I hope you guys have a fantastic New Year's and a fantastic beginning to the new year to come. Hopefully everybody has a great year this year. And yeah, anyways you guys, I will see you in my next video. Bye!